Joe Mango here from Platinum List, and this is the Double J Sky Maze. If you want to try it out, go to platinumlist.net right now. If this looks like something you want to do, sat on a bench this high up with that view, platinumlist.net. It is absolutely amazing up here. Can I get some service around here though? It's Joe Mango here from Platinum List. If this looks like something you want to do, the longest zip line in the world, then make sure you go to platinumlist.net right now. Wish me luck. 3, 2, 1. Let's do this! The most amazing thing I've ever done. I just finished the longest zip line in the world with Torre Verde down here at Double J's. It was absolutely insane. Get your tickets right now, platinumlist.net. Hey, it's Joe Mango here. What are you doing to beat the heat this summer? Not sure? Well, maybe this is for you. If that was a little bit too extreme for you and you want something a little bit more relaxing, maybe kayaking is for you. Let's go. Or maybe stand-up paddleboarding is more your thing. Woo! Let's go! Woo! If you want to try out this insane experience, then make sure you go to platinumlist.net right now. It's Joe Mango here from
Hello, everyone. Good to have you again today, this evening for people in Dubai, and we have some people are joining us from US. It's really cool. Today, I thought we will be doing a couple of things. Yesterday, after reading all the feedback I received from you, which were really valuable for me. And so I decided today I want to really benefit and help people rather than talking about the topic I want. No, I want to talk about a topic that maybe will be interested for you all. So one was looking and reviewing the feedback. There came in a lot of things for me, especially, when looking on people goals where people are looking like a financial freedom, a permanent income, or starting a new business, creating abundance. Others looking for a success, self-satisfied, freedom, healthy and active lifestyle. Others is looking more for a professional leader, CEO, become a decision makers, or overcoming angers, overcoming self-sabotage, coach, trainer. So this is all goes under one thing, that this is what I'm going to address today. The way I'm thinking today to do it, we will divide it to 2 sessions. The first part, I will cover what we call a paradigm. We will come to what does it mean, the paradigm. Then I will break for 5 minutes for Q&A, so you can ask me about the material I'm discussing. Then we will go to the main topic, which is the self-image. And I will explain more about it and the importance of the self-image. And at the end, we will have another Q&A. You can feel free, put your questions as we go in the chat box for people who's joining through the Zoom. For the people on the Facebook, I will not be able really to address your questions. This is why I ask and encourage people to join our Zoom call, where we will have more interactive with everyone. So let's start with our material today. And as I said, any question, you can post it immediately in the chat box. So we discuss, all right, let me just, yeah. So now I know this is a black screen, but this is a reason. Now, when we were talking yesterday about the goals or anything that you'd like to change, there is something really important you have to understand. Okay, and this is where we call it, there are 2 things you must know to build either your business, if you're starting a new business, or let's say you want to change the current status to something new, and or you want to build, become a CEO, you want to change your positions, what others people are saying, for example, you want to have abundance, and so on. So there are 2 things always you need to understand, and they're really simple. One is where you are, very simple, and where you are going. So this is where you are. You have at the job, you want to build a new business here, or you want to how they say, overcome fear. This is where you are. You want to be a self-confident. This is, and so on. It is so simple and so obvious. However, why are so many people stuck? Many people, they know exactly what they need to do. Either if they want to establish their business, they will become an international coach, trainer, or a teacher, or let's say I'm looking, or a CEO, and so on. They know exactly what they want to do. However, so many people are stuck. Why? I mean, this is a question you need really to ask yourself. You know exactly you have a problem, or you have a goal, you want to address it, but you are still stuck. And simply, it is the problem always, some people think it is the goal I'm going after, or the thing I'm going to change. And this is, or the company I'm going to establish, or the financial freedom for making $1 million I'm going to have. They were thinking always that the problem is in their goal, what their final target. However, it is not. The main problem is your current, where you are today. This is the main problem. It is not where you are going. It is mainly where you are. And there is something we call it, and this is why many people are stuck. Sometimes I got stuck. I've been stuck in many of my life till I understood this concept, which is simply, there is something we call it paradigm. And paradigm, this is what I'm going to explain. This is the first part we're going to cover today. Then we, as I said, once I'm done with that part, we will stop to have additional Q&A. Then we will continue to the second part. So paradigm is, what are paradigms? It's a great question. Some people maybe knew about it, but this is for everyone, because this is how our life are really running. Paradigms simply are a multitude of habits, which is simply others people habit passed on from one generation to the next. To explain more, and this is when I gather the information, and thank you again for providing me the feedback on the poll yesterday and the others questions you shared. So paradigms, there are many types of paradigms. One of them is time management. If you are managing your time in a certain way, this is, we call it a paradigm. It's a certain habit you do in a certain way, managing time. And we will elaborate other alternatives of managing time. There's no time management, but there is what we call managing activities. Another one is about the confidence. You're not seeing, you're lacking confidence, you're not seeing confidence, you're fearing in speaking in front of people. This is also a type of paradigm, which we goes more in depth in the self-image. Low self-esteem, this is also another paradigm. Procrastinations, where people not able to make decisions, they do the decision at the last minute or a task at the last minute. This is also a paradigm. It's a habit. I have a current belief in myself that this is why I'm always repeating procrastination. I want to do it today. Yeah, I want to take an action, but because my habit, my belief is the one is controlling me, and this is why I'm always delaying. Controlling by surroundings, where many people always they're impacted what is happening outside them. What is happening, they're hearing from other people comments criticizing, they're seeing the economy is low, they're seeing this and that, and they start reacting. And this is how living from outside in, rather should be the other way. This is also a paradigm. Another one is others people opinion, where someone send you a message or talk to you something or look at you, you think you start doubting, where you are really concerned about other people's opinion. So paradigm goes in many parts of our life. Why? Because now your paradigm has enormous influence over every part of your life. Your ability to earn, how much money you can earn, your perception, the way you look at things, you look at only from one angle rather than different one. Using the time, how you use the time. People, they think I need to manage the time. There is no time management. It's mainly managing. If you change the way you're looking how to utilize the time by managing the activities, putting the most important one at the top of the list. Once you finish it, you go to the next, This will change totally your productivity and effectiveness. Also your creativity. Some people, they don't think they are creative. Or your self-image and the logic. And you will find out yourself in a box that you're stuck in, you're doing things in a certain way. Every time you try to change something, you are stuck in that box. You're not able to do it. So those paradigms really controlling the way I do things, the way I create things, the way I interact with people. And the moment I really break that window or that box I put on myself, now you will start seeing a huge difference in your results. So I will go in depth because it is important for us to understand the mind and how it functions, because it will build up on understanding the paradigm and where those paradigms are really residing, your habits and beliefs. So how does the mind look like? I know people might say, yeah, this is my brain. No, the mind is in every cell of your body. Now, let's look at the mind and paradigms. And there is a guy called Dr. Thurman Fleet, 1934, was involved in the healing arts. And he tried to understand, because sometimes when he was treating people, he was treating the symptoms. Okay, but he did not go to the root cause of the problem, because some of the problems are really coming from the mind rather than the outside. But you know, the mind can drive you crazy, can let you do certain things. So he came up with something. He stated that the mind is an activity, not a thing. No one has ever seen the mind. In order to gain clarity and eliminate confusion, I will create an image we can work with. And listen carefully to this. This is one of the great figures or diagrams. I really use it in every part of my life, in understanding how I create my results, in understanding other people's behavior, in understanding how to influence others and interact with others. So he put it, let's take this. He said, the big circle is the mind, and the small circle is the body, and the body is only an instrument of the mind. And he divided the mind to two parts. One part is, we call it the conscious mind, and the second part is the subconscious mind, and the small circle is the body. Now let's go more in depth. We need to understand how that our mind is divided and where our paradigms, where is that thing that is controlling us is residing. So our conscious mind, we call it our thinking mind. It is our educated mind. Also, it is our intellect. However, our subconscious mind, we call it, this is our emotional mind, where you feel the vibrations, you feel the emotions in that part. You will notice the conscious mind, you have the ability to choose. You can accept or reject any idea. Also, the ideas I'm presenting here, you can either accept it or reject it. And for me, what I really request everyone, do not accept, also do not reject, but consider. Just think about it and see how much this material could help you or not, but do not make it decisions. Then if you don't accept or reject, you can also originate new ideas. And this is where the creative power comes. Now, when we look on our subconscious mind, whatever ideas you immerse from the top, from your conscious mind to your subconscious mind, must accept. It cannot reject, and it cannot determine the difference between what is real or what is imagined. This is how is our subconscious mind. Now, the interesting thing also that yesterday we talked about the mental muscles. And these mental muscles, imagination, intuition, memory, reasoning, perception, these we all have it as a human beings. And this is, the more you know and understand how you use your mental muscles, the more you feel you are in charge of your life. You will be no longer influenced by the outside. You will not be influenced by other people's opinion, because you will start living from inside out. Now, we need to understand, and this is important, when I always talk to people, I ask them what they're trying to achieve, what they want, and explain to me. And I always tell them, and this is important, that 96% of our results are coming really from our subconscious mind. They're not coming from our conscious mind, not from studying, not from teaching, not from taking courses. It is coming things we've been programmed generation from other people influence. And this is where the paradigm residing, your current habits, your beliefs. So simply, if you want to change anything in your life to get your results, you need to focus on that part. Just shifting this part, which is all the power, this is the 96%, which is creating the results. If I focus on this part, I will create what we call it praxis or quantum leap results. However, unfortunately, all the time we are focusing more on the conscious mind. We'd like to take courses, we'd like to take additional degrees, and so on, assuming that my life will totally change. However, it will only change about 4%. Not saying education is not important. It is important, but there is something more that creates a huge difference in your results. So now, to go more, you are here today. How those paradigms also you've been influenced. You will notice you will be hearing the media, you will have people talking, and the TV, and, newspapers, and so on. You have a lot of information going outside you. And still, this is, you have an ability, you have a reasoning to accept, reject, you're thinking, no, I don't accept this idea or not. However, most of the time, and this is a problem many people have, which is 95% of the people, unfortunately, they do not think. They prefer to die rather than think. And now, let's say those people, if really start open their conscious mind is not thinking, and this is how paradigm are formed. Sometimes when you're watching TV, you're in the middle of, let's say, a movie is so interactive. At the, there is what's called coming something from McDonald's or Bite Pizza or something, and they use it, for marketing purposes, because they know your conscious mind is, how they say, sleeping. Your subconscious mind is only open, so they can easily program you. They get stir your emotions with that paradigm, and this is why you feel, yeah, hey guys, let's order a pizza or let's order something from outside, and this is how it's done. So you need to watch out really when your mind is really open and relaxed, not to get any information, but to use your conscious mind to filter it. Now, if we look back on when you are as an infant, you did not have your conscious mind. So you were getting the information either from your parents or the people around you, or relatives. Maybe the radio is open, or the TV, where you were a child till 7 years, and all these programs, the paradigms, the beliefs, you've been there for a long time. So many of those paradigms is really going back to maybe when you were an infant. So, and this is how they continue programming. Now and this is how that paradigm formed. Now, this is an important information. School gave us valuable knowledge, and we know that part. However, school never taught us how to alter our old paradigms. How can we change our old paradigms? They're only focusing, giving valuable knowledge. This is, therefore, we are frequently not do what we already know how to do. We know great things. We know how to establish a company. We know how you should alter your self-image. You know how maybe give advice for other people how to make money. However, what happens that we have superior knowledge with inferior results. And I'm always giving an example that you will have people who has a lot of information, like a professor in the college, he's for economy, can give you all the theories how you can make money. However, he is not able to buy a car or to live a decent life. You can tell, yeah, but he has all the knowledge. And this is why the knowledge is not the one that creating my result. It is my beliefs, my habits are the one controlling the results which I'm creating, which we said 96% of these results are created from my paradigm. And this is why we said here, it causes confusion and frustration. You have a lot of knowledge. You went to many courses. However, you're not able to create a massive quantum results in your life. This is why we said we have people are walking an encyclopedia of information where they think that they will create a huge results. However, their paradigm is controlling their results. Simply, if you need to create a different results, you need to have a new paradigm. So simple like that. Okay, so what I will do now, if people have some question before I move to the next session, feel free to ask. You can either write it in the chat box, or you can also, get in the camera, I'll unmute you. And so anyone who's really, he can raise his hands or whatever. So one of the question, I know people will say, this is good information, how we're going to change our paradigm. The paradigm, I will cover it at the end of the session, because the self-image is one of our paradigms. So I will cover it both together when I present it. So I guess if there's no one has questions, you can, okay, do you think that the habits listed are interconnected usually? Yeah, they are, but it depends. I need, maybe if you can elaborate, Tawfiq, what do you mean by this? If you'd like to talk and share, I'll unmute you, no problem.
Hello, everybody. Hope you are hearing me well.
Yes, we are hearing you. Thank you, Tawfiq. Yes, sir.
Thank you. So I think these habits that you have listed, what I mean, I think that they are not coming one by one. They are usually either together or none of them. Is this right? And does this mean the issue is not in getting the habits or having the habits, but it's somewhere?
Yeah, I lost you, Tawfiq. But okay, hello. Yeah, I lost you, Tawfiq. No problem. Now, you see those habits, they're coming, how they say, over years. There are different habits. It's not only one habit. During the day, you might, or during your life, you might have many habits. So the one I listed is just an example. Maybe you will find out you will have many things to do. For example, one of the exercises I ask people to start finding their paradigm simply. Let's say I'm a person, I'm giving just an example. I'm a person who is always watching TV and sleeping late. Okay, so this is a habit. I'm always watching TV. I'm always sleeping late. And I want to change that part. And this is when we talk, okay, what is simply the current habit? You have what we call the law of polarity. Anything has an opposite. So for me, watching TV, I need to stop that one. I need to fill it with the good things. Maybe I start reading book. So in a way, I need to develop a new habit, which is reading book. In a way, I utilize my time that benefit myself rather than wasting my time watching TV, for example. Sleeping late, I will wake up early. So there's some process that we will explain at the end to give a highlight about those, how to change it. But there are many, many paradigms that you will find out really holding you back. Like when I ask people, what is holding you back? This is a paradigm. If you feel you're not confident, you're not confident. If you don't, and this is sometimes could be holding you. If you're a person, you think, yeah, there's still enough time to start my business or to do this thing, that you're assuming that you, how they say, the good conditions will come later. However, there's no time a good condition. The good condition is now, to start now. Like some people answered yesterday, they're only, when I ask how serious are you about changing that habit or that to achieve that goal, some of the people a major part of them, they said, I'm so serious. Other, they said, interested. So when you think about a person who is really only interested, that means he doesn't feel that he need always to create. Because when you are interested, you assume that things will go all the time as it is. It's not always evolving or changing. And like happens with many people during the COVID-19, nobody were expecting it. The people who already start working on themselves, they use it as an opportunity to grow. However, others were really struggling because they assume, yeah, I will do it later. After 1 year, 2 years, then things are changing. So this is how those paradigms really can sometimes hold you back from achieving your goal. So Saad said, so the suggestion is to train ourselves to change our habits. This is like training a new body muscles. Absolutely right. And this is what simply how you change your paradigm. I will keep that part to explain more about the changing your paradigm till the end, and maybe you can jump and add any additional comments. So let me continue with the second part. And the second part, all right, just a minute. All right, before starting, sorry. So the second part, we will be covering more about the self-image, which the self-image is really a paradigm. It is one of the paradigms, and it can include many paradigms at the same time. The reason I showed this picture, I have a reason for it, okay? And just to make sure, yeah, sorry. Oh, I did not share my screen yet, sorry. Yeah. So the reason I'm sharing this picture, it has a story, and this is a real life story. There was a girl who was a teenager. Whenever she was looking in the mirror, she was seeing herself overweight. Although when you look at her, she has a nice, like any teenager, a decent weight. However, her self-image was controlling her. The way she's seeing herself is overweight. Normally, at her age, people in the range of, how they say, 60 kg, which is in pound is about 130 pound almost, or maybe 150 pound. However, that girl, because she's always seeing herself overweight, that self-image, her own concept about herself, had created a certain actions where she stopped eating. And the more she stopped eating, she started reducing weight. She lost about 20 kilos, which is almost about 40 pounds. And although she was still looking in the mirror and anyone look at her, she was saying, I am overweight. Her parents, when she reached that 40 kilo, which is about 90 pounds, they rushed her to the hospital. And they took her to the emergency, and they were talking to her, and she's resisting to eat anything because she still believes she's overweight. During that time, one reporter, he heard her story and rushed to that hospital to meet her. And when he met her, he saw a so skinny girl, shaking, weak, and he was shocked. He asked her, hey, can you just, I want to show you something on the mirror. And he asked her, can you look on the mirror? She said, yes, I'm looking in the mirror. He said, what do you see? She said, I'm seeing myself overweight. He was totally shocked. And this is, once you understand the self-image and importance, this is how that self-image is really controlling each part of your life. If you're feeling not confident, you will never be a confident guy till you work on building that new self-image, which is the new paradigm. If you're feeling a guy, you're always poor, we give you $1 million, trust me, you will spend it because this is the way you see yourself. I will explain more how that self-image is happening and how it is controlling. It is important. And at the end, as I mentioned, we will highlight how you can build up a new self-image or change your paradigm. So to continue, now it is not who you are that holds you back. It is who you think you are not. And this is really important. It is not who you are that holds you back. It is who you think you're not. Here's Sandy Gallagher. She's part of a co-owner for the Proctor Gallagher Institute. She said the results you are achieving are a direct reflection of the image of yourself you are holding. Simply improve the image and the improvement will automatically be reflected in your results. So let me just explain a small concept, which is, we call it that your thermostat is a cybernetic instrument, because the mind is a cybernetic instrument. What does it? A thermostat, it could be a cooler, a heater, you have it at house. Every one of us has that one. So the room temperature here, I'm showing 22 degrees Celsius, which is around to 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Then let's say this is the room temperature. Let's say the temperature had dropped to 65 or 17 degrees. What will happen? Automatically, the furnace will start running, so heat will start going up gradually, and we notice this is in the room. If it is a cooling or a heating, you leave it like it. If temperatures goes up or down, it will automatically adjust itself. And this is, we call it thermostat, is a cybernetic instrument. And this is happens automatically. You don't touch it. Now, when you come to your self-image, it is similar to the thermostat. And to explain more, so this is your self-image, this is your paradigm. Assume your self-image that you are overweight. You're looking in the mirror, you're seeing yourself, or you actually see the results, you are overweight. So you make a decision, hey guys, that's it for me. I wanna go and start my diet system. I'll take a diet. So what happens, and this is why many people are working on the diet in a not in the right way. So what they do, they start focusing more on taking actions rather than working on their self-image. So what happens? They start taking actions, changing their behavior. They stop eating sweets, eat green food, salads, and so on. And you will notice their weight will start dropping. And you said, yay, I'm really happy. My weight, I'm losing a few kilos, few pounds, and so on. And you're in good shape. That's great. However, when you notice still they're seeing their self-image is they're still overweight. And because your overweight is a cybernetic instrument, what will happen when a person is overweight and goes on a diet without altering the self-image? Any weight loss will be temporary. The self-image, being a cybernetic instrument, measure the deviation from the set goal and immediately correct the cause. The weight was lost is found. And this is why many people, after going for a diet without altering their self-image, they go up and get back the same weight. And they said, what the heck is going on? Simply because the root cause of the problem is not their actions, it is not their behaviors, but their paradigm, their self-image. Another example, which is really like you have a child with a poor self-image. He's always seeing himself with a poor grade in school. And this is, you can notice, you have a kid, you know your neighbors, your brothers, whoever, that whenever he sees himself in a poor grade, so what this person or that child did, his parents decided that he should be grounded and made to study. They said, no more you're going out, no more playstations, no more game. You need to focus on study. They get an outside assistance, a tutor for him to help him to study. So what happens with that child? You will notice that immediately his grades start going up and up until he start scoring A's. The parents are really excited. Yes, this is what we did. We did all well with our child. However, still they work only on his behavior and actions, changing some of his, but they did not correct his self-image. This is why when a person is receiving a poor grade in school, it is an expression of a self-image they hold. The person believes they are not very bright. This is their belief. They, of course, receive a report card that reflects their poor self-image. The parents makes the child give up recreation activities and study. The grades improve, but the improvement is temporary. The child has never changed their self-image. This is why you see they will get back to become a C student. They're not really getting back to a higher score unless you start building those new self-image that you want to build in a child. So it is not the actions, it is not the behavior, it is your self-image. Now, this is the last part, and we will, after that, we will have open for questions, Q&A. How do I change a paradigm? So how can I build a self-image? How can I change those habits, upgrade my habits, upgrade my belief system? Simply, there are two ways to shift your paradigm, to change them. One of them is the emotional impact. And this is not the way I normally work with my clients. I do it through this is either a 3-month or a 6-month program where I work with them one by one to make sure they start building the right paradigms. The emotional impact, I don't use it, but this is something we all happens for us. For example, a guy with overweight, if he had a diabetes, it's like an emotional impact for him. You see, he start reacting and changing all his eating habits. A guy with a heavy smoking, once he get a cancer in his lungs, he starts stopping, smoking, blah, blah, and so on. Like what happens with the COVID-19. It had changed many of people's ways of doing things, and they were forced to do working from home, having a conference call, and so on. And they never use it. They were, rejecting the idea earlier to accept that to work from home. However, they were forced. This is an emotional impact, but this is not the right way. You don't want to expose yourself to emotional impact to force you to change the way you want to do things. The best way, and this is why we use it, the constant spaced repetition. It is the same way how your parents is really build up your current beliefs and habits. It is like what Saad mentioned, it is how you start building the muscles on a daily basis. You start repeating the same thing. We call it the same affirmation. You start building one by one and repeating the same thing over and over. Because when you see your child, or for example, in the media, they're always using a spaced repetition concept to build a new beliefs or build a new trademark for people. They start accepting that, they start loving this branding and so on. So this is the concept how you can build a habit or a belief. So to get started, just consciously choose a new belief or a habit that is aligned with the results you want and the habits that will lead you to those results. So you just choose, let's say, I want to be a rich man, but I feel always I am a poor. So this is how, okay, I need to start building that. Yeah, I'm so happy and grateful. I'm receiving money from everywhere in abundance. I'm living an in abundance life. This is one way of doing things. Or building a habit where you start training yourself to wake up every day at 5 o'clock. Let's say you used to wake up late. Now you start building a new habit of sleeping early and wake up next day early. And this is how you do it on a daily basis till you start, your subconscious mind start accepting this new idea. Now, this is important. Sometimes when we decided we want to stop one habit, if we were not consciously and deliberately replace that bad habits with a good one, otherwise there's another bad habit will take its place. For example, like when we said, if you are watching heavily TV and you said, no, I want to start sleeping early and wake up early in the morning. Okay, if you did not plan, okay, what exactly, why I'm doing that part, what a new habit I'm going to create, because I'm no longer going to watch TV, you will find out if you're not preparing yourself for this new habit, what will happen? Another bad habit will form. Maybe you start watching or going through the social media, spending more and more time. And by this, we end our presentation today. So to be able to shape your future, you have to be willing and able to change your paradigm. So now I'll leave the floor for questions. So feel free to add any questions you wanna. I can also bring you if you wanna talk and raise any questions. Anyone that like to add any comments, share any information, feel free to ask. Okay, Tawfiq, let me unmute you. Hello? Yes, Tawfiq. We can hear you, Tawfiq. Okay, anyone else? I cannot hear Tawfiq. Anyone would like to ask any questions? Yes, you may write. I'll be happy to answer. I know some had, let's say, like overcoming low esteem or self-sabotage, or he want to become a CEO or become a coach or building a self-confidence. These are all falling around the self-image, where you need to write and build up the right self-image. So the topic I showed, this is covering that part. Yes, please. Right. So Tawfiq, you may write, okay, what is the fastest way, okay, to change the self-image or another paradigm? The fastest way is, this is Artie, is have an emotional impact. But I mean, you don't want to put yourself in a stress mood, because it might be firing back on you. The right way is to go through the same process how you created it in the first time. You need to look back, okay, how that habit was creating. Maybe the self, or for example, some guys, they have a low confidence. The reason for low confidence, it could go back to the parents when they raise him. Whenever he do something wrong, they come harsh on him. They said to him, you're dumb, you don't understand, you're so lousy, you blah, blah. And this is how it was, that low self-esteem, or something could happen in the school. And because they repeated on that one, at the end, the guy, he thinks that, yeah, I'm a stupid guy, I'm not a smart guy, I'm a mentally retarded guy, and so on. And this is how that low. So the best way to make sure it is really sustainable and continue is to go the same thing through spaced repetition. Okay. Then I have, just a minute. Sanjita, question should be related to today's topic or can be in other way? No, you can ask any question, so feel free. It's not related to this topic. Tomorrow I will cover mainly about overcoming the fear. Then we will have a decent time for Q&A, but feel free to ask. So Taufik is asking, what is the difference between having a plan to lose weight, as in the provided example, that will end in gaining weight again and again, an effort to change the paradigm? Like if I decided to wake up at 5 a.m. for some time, and I may also end up sleeping late. No, okay. The way is, it shouldn't be like that. As I said, that spaced repetition is like any habit. Let's say, if you now change your job, you used to go to work at 9 o'clock. You need now, the new company is starting at 8 o'clock. You cannot continue at 9 o'clock or you will lose your job. So this is where you need to build that habit. There are some more tools and techniques in the coaching program I'm offering people, where I help them to do it in a smoother, easier way. But there is no replacement other than spaced repetition. Okay, any more questions? Sanjita, if you want to ask, yeah, feel free. Any questions?
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Good. So actually, 4 years back when I was in India, I was associated with some network marketing company. And I used to attend a lot of training under that company, and I had a team under me. So I used to take a lot of trainings, and I used to follow Jim Rohn and his preachings, teachings. And I used to conduct a small motivational speech for my team in order to motivate them to achieve their sales target and all that. So like actually from last 4 years since I shifted in Dubai, I have stopped all this completely. And but in between, somewhere or the other, I make small videos and upload in my family times groups and all other friends groups. So whenever I plan, I think I always, I make notes. I always am on that track. I write my goals, and then I don't know, then again, like my motivation level sometimes is so high, and then suddenly it's like, it comes down. I don't know what happens. Like, and I was planning to take a lecture in February, March month, but this lockdown happened. Then again it had stopped. Like something or the other comes. And another thing is, sir, I think like for past 4 years I'm not doing anything much. So if I take a class and if someone asks like what you are doing, like I think that before taking a lecture or before telling others about goal settings or motivational speech, should I become something first, so that if they ask me like what have you done, and you are teaching us and you are motivating us and what you have done, so is it necessary? Like, hope you are getting me what I'm trying to tell you.
I totally understand what you're saying. I've been in that stage. I'm telling you simply, I can give you a short answer. Simply, you should have clarity to what you want. If you don't have a clarity, you're creating confusion to yourself and to others. If you don't have that much clarity, clear mind to what you want to achieve, You're creating confusion to yourself and to others. I can, you see, one of my clients, I have a couple of people, they are already in the network marketing. So they are my clients where although I fully understand how the network marketing, I love it. And I know they're getting a lot of teachings, either from Jim Rohn or Bob Proctor, but they're still having some issues to creating the right habit or to reach their sales targets. So my advice, this is, I leave it to you. As I said, I'm giving people 30 minutes free coaching call. We can have a discussion one-to-one to help you to get clarity to what you want to achieve. And maybe I'll give you a guidance. The other part is you can join my coaching program, which I'm doing next month for a group coaching where I coach people to help them to achieve the results they want. We start with the clarity with what they want. And literally, when you tell me what is my goal, I don't care. You tell me what you want and I will show you how to get it. Because I'm focusing more on the paradigm. When we talk about, your paradigm is controlling 96% of your results. This is the truth. This is what was happening to me in many aspects of my life and with my clients. So I know exactly what I'm talking about.
Right.
So I'll leave it to you, Sanjita. You decide, book a call. You have my Calendly, so feel free to book a call.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you for your time, sir.
Welcome. Yeah. Anyone, any additional questions? Feel free. I'm open to you. Also, tomorrow, we will be focusing more on the overcoming fears. I might highlight slightly about persistence because this is also important. But today I decided to switch because, as I said in the beginning, I want to make sure I deliver something you needed rather than what I think I want to deliver. I'm here really to help you, to serve you, to get the results that you want. So what is, okay, yeah. I did not ask you, sorry, answer Tawfiq. What is the difference between having a plan? No, I think I answered you. Yeah, I think I answered that, Tawfiq. Okay, yes, you did. Great. So thank you all, everyone, for this session. I'm really happy for you joining here. I believe that this shows how you're really committed and serious about changing your results. Because I'm telling you, the only problem in this life, and I'm talking to you from my heart, it is you. And the only solution and the only one also can help you to change is you. So it is will start with you. You take a decisions, you're serious, you get in touch with people who can guide you and walk you through the process. Great. Thank you all. And let's meet again tomorrow at the same time in the last day. Have a great evening, great day, wherever you are. Bye-bye.